What's up, everybody? Welcome to podcast. Now, I'm Alex, and in this video I'm going to be ranking every single song on the Smashing Pumpkins' Machina 2. Now, this was, again, their last album before they broke up in 2000. They released this on the internet. We know the backstory of this. If you guys are watching this video, you probably know the backstory of this. I actually reviewed every single Smashing Pumpkins album, including Machina 2. It's also on the channel. Go check that out. But in this video, I'm going to be ranking every single song, kind of talking about the songs just a little bit more on this album from worst to best. Now, quickly, before I get started, I do want to jump in very, very quickly because there's so many songs on this album. But that's what I want to talk about. There are so many songs, and quite a few of these songs have more than one version of themselves. So what I did is I combined both versions into just one. And when I'm ranking them and I tell you the ranking of, say, a song that's got two versions, that's including both versions. I'll talk about which version I like more when I do that, but there's way too many songs to then include one version of one song versus another version. I'm not going to do that. So here we go, counting that, kind of condensing all the versions. There are 22 songs on Machina 2. Really, really would love to see this reissued when it does actually come out, and so we get to actually hear all of this and hear a very high quality. I cannot wait for that to actually come out, and I'll of course be talking about that when that album actually does come out. So let's jump into this at number 22. In my opinion, the worst song on this album is Leduc's Machina, which is a song that's just all instrument. There's no singing in it, and I don't necessarily not like it. I think it's a really kind of moody song. It's a little scary. I feel like you would have heard it in late, even though this wasn't in the late 90s, it was in 2000, but I feel like it fits like a kind of movie vibe, like a sci-fi movie vibe that's kind of a little scary. It's okay. But what I love about this album, and what we're going to quickly find out about this album, is there are so many amazing songs, and I found it very, very hard to rank the middle group. I knew which songs were my favorite, I knew which songs were not as good as those songs, but the middle songs, there are so many amazing songs on this album, it's very hard to place them. This song, without his voice, and with him doing so many different things, the amount of different kinds of sounds Billy Corgan makes on this album is insane. So the fact that this song doesn't, I think, push the envelope too much, to me, makes it the weakest song on the album, as well as it not having his voice. Now, Lucky 13 and then Sadder 9 is number 21 and number 20, and for the simple reason that these songs just don't stand out too much. They're both very, very different. They both have a very kind of heavy tone to them, but a more atmospheric tone. This album does, again, so many different things, but it's got a gothic kind of feel to it, which was a big kind of a thing that Billy Corgan kind of went into with this album, especially with a lot of the artwork. It's pretty moody and pretty dark and dreary, and both these songs do a pretty good job at being songs. They're both very, very good. I don't think they're bad songs. I just think that when you hear these song names, to me, when I type in Machina 2 on YouTube or something and I want to listen to a song, these are not songs that I go to, and these are songs that, to be honest, when I was making my list, I had to listen to them so I could remember which one was which. And by doing that, I was kind of telling myself, okay, you maybe don't love these songs. I think if I can't distinguish what the songs are on the top of my head, then the songs can't be all that special to me. It's just my personal ranking, but both these songs, Lucky 13 and Saturday 9, I couldn't tell the difference. If you showed me the song, I wouldn't have been able to tell you which one was which based off the lyrics and the sound to it. And that tells me that there's not enough that grabs me with these songs. Not bad songs, but just not grabbing songs like most of the songs on this album. Now, 19 and 18 are different versions of songs that are on Machina 1. Number 19, I did Heavy Metal Machine, and number 18, I did Blue Skies Bring Tears. Now, these are both songs on Machina 1, and to be honest, they are the only versions, and there's not that many songs that share between one and the other, Machina 1 and Machina 2. However, and there's different versions of some of these songs that are both on Machina 2. Both of these songs, though, are examples that I do actually think were better on Machina 1. I do like both these songs. Heavy Metal Machine, I think, is the biggest one. That's why this is ranked. Heavy Metal Machine is ranked lower than Blue Skies Bring Tears. Heavy Metal Machine and this is very creepy, very, very slow, and it just doesn't work as well. I think it's very different. I think the atmosphere of the song is very good. I like it. I think it's different than the Machina 1 version, but I love Heavy Metal Machine. I think it's one of the best songs on Machina 1, and I just don't think it even comes close. Now, Now, again, when you're constructing what a Machina album could look like, if you were to take some of the weaker songs off of Machina and put in Machina 2 songs, which I will make that video one day, I think you can make a perfect album. A perfect album by mixing the best songs of both of these. But if you're going to keep a version of both of these songs, I think you keep the Machina 1. Same thing with Blue Skies Bring Tears. And this album, Machina 2, it's a lot faster. It's a little like distorted. Actually, it's very, very distorted. I was going to say like it's hard to understand what he's saying. That's because of the distortion and just all the stuff that's going on in that song. It's fast tempo. It's very, very cool. I do like this version. I don't think this version is a bad version for Blue Skies Bring Tears. I just like, weirdly enough, I like the slower, more drawn out version in Machina. So Heavy Metal Machine, I prefer the fast, more electric guitar, although very distorted version on Machina 1, as opposed to the slower version here. And then Blue Skies Bring Tears, I actually like the slower, more drawn out version in Machina 1 versus the very, very faster, distorted pace of this one. So it's a little weird. I do like all four versions of all two songs, but I do definitely think that there are some of the weaker songs on this album. 17 is Soul Power and 16 is Home. Now, Soul Power, I think, is a really cool song. It's a song that hits you in the face. I think I talked about this probably when I reviewed the album. I really do like Soul Power. It's a very, very good song. We're crossing, and even I think with Blue Skies Bring Tears, we're crossing into the songs that are very close to one another. So the difference between Soul Power and Home, to me, are not much. They're very, very different songs. They have different feels to them. I like the difference of both of these songs. I really do like Soul Power for how hard it hits you, but I just don't think it is as good as some of the other middle songs. Same thing with Home. I mean, I do really like it. I like the sound to it. I like his voice. He's got a really, really good voice on a lot of these songs. Again, just doesn't differentiate itself to me. It doesn't grab me as much as more of the middle songs. Really, I think from 15 onward, this is like that kind of last where they really are not average songs, but in terms of the album, they're the average songs of the album. And now we're going to get to the best songs, I think. And we're at a point now where the songs are really hard, I believe, to rank. And I think some songs that I didn't think were as low that I put on here are. I thought there were a lot of these songs that when I hear them individually, I think this is a phenomenal song. This is a top 5 song on this album. And I say that for like 14 songs. And then you look at them and you're like, wow, there's so many good ones. Which ones are actually better? And these are all, I believe, toss-ups. But my number 14 is Glass. Now, there's two different versions of Glass, and kind of similar, but not as similar as some other two-version songs that we'll get to later on in the video where they're just replacing some of the lyrics. I do like Glass. I think Glass is a very, very fast song. I think Glass is a really, really cool song. It's a fantastic way to start out Machina 2. I think when this gets reissued, I hope that Glass is still the first song on this album, because I do think it does set the tone for what you're about to hear through the rest of the album, and I do like that. Both these versions I put at number 14. I really do like this. And number 13 is Let Me Give the World to You. This was tough because Let Me Give the World to You is one of my favorite songs that he's ever made, Billy Corgan has ever made. And I think the problem with that is I do like the Rick Rubin Adore version better. I think that's a better overall version than this. Now, I do really love this version. I just like the Rick Rubin version just a little bit better. This one is a more like synthetic kind of sound to it, a more like synth electric kind of feel to it. And it does sound a lot like some of the other songs on this album with the way the guitar is, with it kind of being loud and not really distinguishable. You can't really hear the specific chords to the actual guitar, but I really do like it. It's a beautiful song. In terms of when people first heard the song, this was the first time. I mean, the Rick Rubin version wasn't out yet, so when we first heard Let Me Give the World to You, it was here, and this was a phenomenal song. I really, really wish that one of these versions made it into Machina, or even made it into Adore, if you count the Rick Rubin version. I love this song. It's one of my favorite songs. I do like the other version better, but this song is a masterpiece. And again, I didn't think it'd be this low on this ranking, but I think there are better songs than this, and I think just because I like the other version more, I think that maybe holds this back. But this is a really, really amazing song that's different. The progression and and the lyrics and verses and what he puts first and like the bridge and all that he reverses its order in both these versions. So you do get, I believe, a very different kind of song for both of these songs, even though they're the same title. Number 12 is Atom Bomb. Now both of these Atom Bombs are really, really good. I like the one that's the more lighter tonal, and the one that's more of a, again, kind of a synth pop kind of feel. I like that version more. It just has a feel to it. But both of these, and then the words of this, the actual lyrics are completely different. Most of the lyrics are completely different in both these songs. So you do get, I mean, the progression and the way the song actually follows itself, it's the same. But the lyrics of both of these are completely different. So I really, really do like that. I think it's a very catchy song. It's a song that's more catchy, I think, maybe than any song on this album. And it is a song I think fits really well. He's played it a couple times in more of those VIP sessions that you can pay for to see him play like 4 or 5 songs. And it's a really, really good song. I like hearing him play it live. At the same time, I think just all the really weird noises, all the just the noises you can make on the sound machine. I really do, or the soundboard. I like that is included in these. I think that gives it a little bit of an edge versus live. I actually do like it better here. And number 11 is Go. Now this is James Iha's song, and this is a really, really good one. We only hear him sing a couple songs in his time with the Smashing Pumpkins just in general. It would be really cool to hear him sing a song on Volume 2 of the Smashing Pumpkins' newest album, the one that's not out yet. I think it'd be really cool to give a song to him and then kind of harken back to when he used to sing like a song every album, every other album. I think that'd be really cool. And Go, I think, is a really awesome song. I think it's the best James Iha song he's done. And this is it's really, really good. And Blew Away is a song that I think a lot of people connect to him, and it's obviously a song that they play live even now that they're all back together. He lets James Iha do that, but I think Go is a better song than that. I really do think Go is a more darker and moody song, a little bit more, again, scary. All these songs are a little bit more like on edge, but I definitely really, really like that. So I love Go. I put it higher than I think I would have thought it would be. Again, like beating songs like Glass and like Let Me Give the World to You. Those are songs that I thought would have ended up being better, but I'm looking at it and I'm listening to it. There's always something refreshing, especially if you listen to all these songs, like just say in a row. There's something refreshing about hearing a James Iha song. There's just something about that's like kind of refreshing and different, and that's, I think, what makes it ultimately a better song. Now number 10 is Cash Car Star, and number 9 is In My Body. Two very different songs, and two very different songs from all of these songs on the album. Cash Car Star is a song that I always want to say is one of the best songs on the album, and it is. It's just so hard to place in when you listen to all these songs because there are so many freaking good songs on this album. The Cash Car Star, it's got Jimmy Chamberlin obviously in it, and he's phenomenal. I mean, his drumming in both of these versions are so absolutely amazing. Probably one of the best drum beats and just drum acts that you get out of any Smashing Pumpkins song. And probably, I don't listen to that many bands, and even the bands I do listen to do have some amazing drummers. Okay, a lot of people really think Jimmy Chamberlin is very, very good. Trey Cool of Green Day is very fast paced drummer, and Travis Barker of Blink-182 is looked upon as one of the more better drummers out there, even at all of their ages, how they're all pretty old. And I think that Jimmy Chamberlin does just an outstanding job in this, and not just that, but the guitar is really, really cool. I love the guitar. Just all the stuff he does with the guitar in both of these songs, and they're both very similar. They only have just one of the verses that are different. That's all it is, and it doesn't make that much of a difference, I think, but fantastic song. And then number 9, like I said, was In My Body. This is a song that I got into very, very late. I mean, it's a very long song compared to most of the songs on this album. I think it's just over 8 minutes or just under 9 minutes. Like, it's either low 8 or high 8 in terms of how long. And it's a really, again, atmospheric, moody, gothic-y kind of feel to it that I really, really love. There are not that many lyrics. It's mostly just background noises and guitar, and I really do. And there's nothing that fancy about the guitar. It's just moody, and I love it. I mean, I don't really know how else to describe that song, but it's just, in a way, it's like scary and like creepy, but just fantastic. I mean, I really, again, this is a song, I don't know if it fits with Machina. If I were to combine them, again, I would pick like the best songs, put them together. I don't think the album I would create the last album I'd want the Smashing Pumpkins to go out with in 2000, I don't know if In My Body fits with the other songs because it is just such a different song. But a lot of these songs are different. I think that's what makes Machina 2 so much fun, is that there's so many different kinds of songs on this album that you can really listen to a bunch of them and get a different experience out of all of them. I think that's what makes this album so special. Now, Vanity and Slow Dawn are next, number 8 and number 7, and both of these songs, in my opinion, they're interchangeable. I think, they're not the same sounding songs, but I think they're both the same quality. They got some really nice guitar, they got some really nice lyrics and vocals by Billy Corgan. They're very, very good. Both of these songs are excellent, excellent songs. I do like Slow Dawn more. That's a song that when I go on YouTube and stuff and I type in a Smashing Pumpkins song, or I see it in like the suggested list for videos, I'm more inclined to pick Slow Dawn, and that's why I would pick it over Vanity. But I really, really like Vanity. It's a really fantastic song. I like his voice. I like it when he sings the name Vanity. It's a really amazing song, but both of these songs are very, very close to each other, so I think they're pretty interchangeable. But I would say overall, there are just something to both these songs that do place it ahead of some other songs that, again, I thought would be better or higher up on this list. Now we get to some really, really tough ones. And number 6 is Innocence. Now, Innocence is just a song that to me has always been absolutely fantastic. I've always loved this song. It's a song that is focused, I think, way more on Billy Corgan's vocals, and I just love it. I think he does a really, really good job singing this song, and there's not much more to it. I think songs that in this album very much emphasize his voice and put that at the center stage, I feel like they're rewarded from me. I feel like I'm more inclined to give it a higher ranking on this list. I really, really do like the song. It's a song that I do go back and listen to quite often, and you're going to see a theme over these next couple songs because a lot of these songs are more focused on his voice. Number 5 is Dross. Now, Dross is a song that's been brought back. They just played it recently when they kind of went on tour and then they stopped and they went back on tour just for a little while. They played Dross, and Dross is a phenomenal song. It's a song that's got very heavy guitar. Love it. I mean, it's got like a heavy metal machine kind of guitar sound to it, but it's different. It's just got a different kind of lick to it, and it's really, really good. And then his voice on it, very, very powerful, very strong. He seems like he really enjoys playing it live. It's a song that the crowd really liked playing live, so I do think that gave it a kind of a leg up hearing it live and kind of being like, oh yeah, this is a really, kick-ass song, and then going and listening to it again, like on the recorded version, very, very powerful, very, very good, easily one of the best songs on this album. These last 4, I think, were pretty difficult in terms of these 3. The first song would always be my first song, but number 4 is Real Love. Real Love is a fantastic, fantastic, fantastic song. Again, one of the best songs on here. Just really, really good. Again, it's got more of that synth pop kind of vibe to it. A kind of sound that is replicated in other songs in this album, but I think it just does it so much better in the song. Not much more to say about it because it's a song that I just will always be able to go back to, and I can listen to the song over and over. Once it's over, I can hit replay and it would just replay, and I will always love this song. It's just something very, very special about it. And If There Is a God is the next song, number 3. Very like piano kind of driven, but also very his voice driven. 2 different versions. I love them both. I love them both so much. I think the one that's a little bit more faster paced is my favorite, but really, really good. I love the lyrics. I love his voice. I think those are the 2 outish things on this album. Really, really amazing. Again, it's a song that I can always go back to and either just listen to the piano or listen to the lyrics or listen to his voice, and they'll always have me coming back for more. And to me, again, that's very powerful, and that's something that always will put it higher up for me. And number 2 is Speed Kills. Speed Kills, I mean, incredible song. Love the guitar, love the last half of the guitar, especially when it goes just off into like a solo vibe while he's also singing. I really do love that. I mean, I love solos, I love his solos, but I like it when they're also just doing some really cool guitar things in the background while he's still singing the lyrics. Love it. Fantastic, fantastic song. Not much more to say about that. And then the last song is Try, or Try, alternate version. Amazing, amazing, amazing song. This is always going to be, I think, top 2, top 3, I think I said, in terms of all Smashing Pumpkins songs. Not the Machina version, Machina 2 version. It's one of the most travesty kind of things. It's one of the most rip-off-ish things that I think we've ever gotten, is that I adore this song. And I like that he's been playing Try, and he played it in the newest tour when they all came back. I like to hear it. I like him singing Try, but man, I think this version is 1,000 times better. I'd love to hear this version live. It'll never happen. He's never done it before. I don't think he ever will. He probably doesn't remember the lyrics to it. And just everything about this version is 1,000 times better. If I were to pick the version, this version should have 100% been the version on Machina instead of the version that it was. It's up there with 33 and maybe a couple other songs. It's easily my favorite Smashing Pumpkins song ever. Deserves my #1 place easily. So guys, let me know in the comments below. Very long video, very long album, but what are your rankings? What are your favorite, least favorite songs on Machina 2? I'd love to hear it, and I will, of course, answer back, and we can have a nice discussion on it. And thank you, as always, for watching these videos. It's gonna be a while till the next Smashing Pumpkins video. Every Sunday from now for a while, another month and a half, we have a lot of videos going up, which includes Sundays, which includes kind of pushing the Green Day and Smashing Pumpkins videos aside. We are gonna come back probably in mid-May with brand new Smashing Pumpkins, continuing to rank all the songs on all the albums and Green Day reviews as well. So we're going to be back. It's just going to be a while, and I hope you guys stick around and come back when we come back. So thank you, as always, for watching. I hope to see you on the next video.